What is up, guys? So the Galaxy S23 and S23 FE are the best S series phones from Samsung, and especially the S23 FE for its price. And they both have great batteries, but today I'm going to be testing and see just how long their batteries can hang out for, and comparing them between the two to see if money can really buy you better battery life. So let's get started. So before I get started, I just want to say that these two devices will obviously be charged at their maximum capacity, which will be 100%, and I will leave their respected battery sizes and capacities on screen so you guys can see that. I do believe the Galaxy S23 FE does have a slightly bigger battery. I think it's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. I could be wrong with that. But yeah, like I said, I'll put it on screen so you guys can see. And also size has a big difference, as the S23 FE is a little chunkier device and definitely taller, so you definitely have more room for more battery, where the Galaxy S23 I'm almost certain has a 4,700 milliamp hour battery, I think. But yeah, so the Galaxy S23 is almost charged up, and so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do is power these devices on, and as you can see, they are both at 100%. So the first task I'm going to put them through is just playing some of my YouTube videos. They are all set at the same brightness and the same level of volume, and they're both connected to cellular connection and data. So they're not connected to Wi-Fi or anything, but Wi-Fi is turned on. So yeah, let's see how they do with this. And if you are new to my channel and enjoying this video so far, please consider subscribing, because this took a long time to make this video. And yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, so after just roughly about an hour of running the test, the Galaxy S23 base is at 95, while the Galaxy S23 is also at 95. So they are actually both at the exact same level of battery, which would make sense because, they both have the same size battery. So I'm just going to run through some more videos and see how they do. Okay, so now after I finish watching videos, the Galaxy S23 FE is at 92%, while the Galaxy S23 is at 93%. So now what I'm going to do is just open a bunch of applications while having the video in the little floating window on the home screen. So let's start that. Okay, so they actually both did really well with that, and the S23 FE is at 85, while the Galaxy S23 is at 87. So definitely S23 a little bit ahead of the S23 FE, but the next thing that I'm going to do is definitely going to push these phones to their limits, and I'm actually really interested to see how the Galaxy S23 FE is going to handle this next scenario. So let's start that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is run a intense high graphics game. So let's just put the application to show the camera cutout. Okay. So these are both going to have to download the high quality graphics. So I'm also interested to see which one is going to do better. And again, they're running a video in the split screen mode, just kind of in a floating window, both set to the same amount of volume. And obviously I know how these phones did, but I was definitely rooting for the Galaxy S23 as I was doing this test, and the results might surprise you, it might not surprise you. So just as I expected, the Galaxy S23 loaded the graphics slightly faster than the S23 FE. So I'm definitely going to have to wait for the S23 FE to download, or finish downloading. So I just kind of had the game loaded. So I guess the S23 got a little bit of time to recover. But yeah, so I'm basically just running this game as the video is still playing, as you can see up in the corner. Okay, and after that, the phones actually are still like, there's no lag in animation, which is really good. So let's go and check what battery percentage they are at. So the Galaxy S23 on the left is at 69, while the Galaxy S23 FE on the right is at 66. So the Galaxy S23 is definitely ahead in battery life. So let's go ahead and restart these two phones. Okay, so let's unlock these phones, and I'm expecting there to be a little bit of lag turning on. Oh wow. Okay, so the Galaxy S23 actually loaded really fast, while that S23 FE wasn't far behind it, which is actually really good considering the Galaxy S23 has a older processor. So next thing I'm going to do is run a Geekbench on it. This is Geekbench 6. So the first test I'm going to be running is to test the CPU, and it does know what like type of phone it is, except for the S23 FE. It seems to be a little bit confused, so let's go ahead and run that test. The Galaxy S23 for some reason couldn't load the test until a little bit after, but they eventually started loading. And the Galaxy S23, I was actually surprised on how fast it started going, with the Galaxy S23 FE literally not far behind it. So these are both definitely very powerful. Okay, so these phones did actually really good. The Galaxy S23 definitely scored higher than the S23 FE, but to be honest, I don't really know what these numbers mean. All I know is that it just shows like that it's a really good phone. I do believe the S23 scores the same as the iPhone 15. I could be wrong about that. Someone leave it down in the comments whether or not that is true or not after fact checking. And the Galaxy S23 FE did really good, and then I didn't realize it, but they actually have like data collected from all the other like versions of the like different types of phones. So it's kind of interesting to see some different numbers, although for some reason like the Pixel 6a got a higher benchmark than the Galaxy S23 Ultra, which I find that really hard to believe, especially since Samsung made the Tensor G3s or G whatever processor. So I thought that was kind of interesting that on the Pixel 6a actually had a higher like score than the Galaxy S20 or than the Galaxy S23 Ultra. So yeah, thought that was pretty interesting. Oh, okay. Apparently I'm running a CPU test. So I'm just doing a voiceover for this video. So okay, I ran another CPU. Okay, so now I'm running a GPU benchmark on it, and the Galaxy S23 definitely. I'm not sure if you saw the results. It was actually went by kind of fast. It definitely didn't do as good as S23. So now what I'm gonna do, both of these phones are going to be shooting at 8K, and they will have the flashlight on, and there will be a video playing in the foreground or background, however you want to say that. So yeah, let's see how these guys do with this test. Okay, so after a while of these filming, I checked the temperature of these devices and they were super hot. So I ended up restarting them. As you could see, the temperatures were 118 and 117 degrees, so they were definitely very warm. So I decided just to film with the flash on, and I'm not sure if you caught that, but I at least started to run another quick CPU test on the phones, but for some reason the test just conked out. So I just decided to go back to the filming. So yeah, I kept checking to see what the battery percentage was at just to wait for them to die. But these guys are definitely hanging on strong with the battery life. Okay, so after a little while of filming, the Galaxy S23 FE conked out because it says the temperature is too hot to use the camera. So yeah, the Galaxy S23 eventually did that too, but the S23 FE did it first. So the Galaxy S23 FE definitely had some advantage when it came to battery. Okay, so these phones literally took forever to die, so I'm just gonna speed up the video like super fast, so you guys don't have to just sit here and watch these phones die like forever. So yeah. Okay, so it is getting late, so I'm going to wrap up this battery test. So Galaxy S23, as you could see, went actually quite a bit farther filming. Well, the Galaxy S23 FE kind of conked out. So the Galaxy S23 would be ahead. I'll go back and see whether or not I can, like, tell what battery percentage it was at. So I can tell you how good it did. Like when the S23 FE conked out. But yeah, so Galaxy S23 regular definitely has superior battery life than the S23 FE, but just in this scenario, it ended up losing, technically, because, it was filming with the flashlight on for a lot longer than the S23 FE was. So, temperature of the devices are pretty hot, so let me rerun it. So it's saying it's 118 degrees for this one. 113 degrees for that. Let's see if I get that same reading. 118. So they're definitely very hot. But again, I was running like extreme like Geekbench, or benchmarks, whatever, on them. So it definitely was a very intense scenario for these phones. But as you can see, the GPU and CPU scores are really good. So yeah, for these devices, you're definitely getting great battery life, and you are going to be getting roughly around 5 hours of battery life out of this with this constant use scenario. I got 4 hours and 15 minutes out of them. So yeah, I would definitely, if you're worried about battery life, I would definitely recommend these two devices. If you're looking for a cheaper option, definitely go with the S23 FE, coming around $500 in the US. Compared to the Galaxy S23's like $800 or so dollars. So S23 FE is definitely slightly cheaper, by quite a bit actually. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing because this took so long to make. And if you're new to my channel, please consider checking out some of my other videos. And if you want to see my review on the Galaxy S23, or the S23 FE, those videos will be right here. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this part of the video, it means a lot to me that people, are watching my videos, all the way through. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. See you then.